Be honest. Have you ever sent a message, received no reply, and then convinced yourself that the person you sent the message to is annoyed at you? Or walked out of a social event or a meeting and convinced yourself that you said something wrong and then spent the rest of the day overthinking it? Well, there's a concept in psychology called Occam's razor, and it basically says this: when there are multiple explanations for something, the simplest one is almost always the right one. But your brain typically approaches things in the complete opposite way. When something feels socially uncertain, your brain doesn't reach for the simplest explanation for it. It actually reaches for the most threatening one. And that's because back when we lived in tribes, missing a social threat was far more dangerous than simply imagining one that wasn't actually there. So the brain became wired to catastrophize just in case. But when we apply the Occam's razor perspective to the earlier scenarios, for someone not replying to you, the explanation is simply just that they might be busy. The meeting actually went fine, and the person who seemed off with you just has other things going on that have nothing to do with you. But here's the interesting part. The complicated, threatening story that your brain has created isn't any more accurate than the simple ones. It's just louder and more convincing in your brain. So the next time your brain hands you something dramatic as an explanation for something uncertain, ask yourself one question instead. What is the simplest reason that could explain why this thing has happened? Because the simplest answer isn't naive. According to Occam's razor, it's usually the closest to the truth.